Welcome back to Medinare. In this video, let's discuss about gingival epithelium. In particular, we'll discuss about junctional epithelium in detail. As we saw previously, gingival epithelium has three major parts, which is oral epithelium, sulcular epithelium, and junctional epithelium. Now let's begin with junctional epithelium. It is a very important Viva question, 5-mark question, and also many MCQs can be made out of this topic. And here I present you the junctional epithelium under 9 easy subtopics. So let's get into it. So what is a junctional epithelium? Junctional epithelium consists of a collar-like band of stratified squamous non-keratinizing epithelium. It is a downward extension of sulcular epithelium and it forms the junction between connective tissue of the gingiva and hard tooth surface. Width of junctional epithelium. In early life, it is 3 to 4 layers thick, but the number of layers increases with age to 10 or even 20 layers. The junctional epithelium tapers from its coronal end, which may be 10 to 29 cells wide, to 1 to 2 cells wide at its apical termination, which is located at the cemento-enamel junction in healthy tissues. So we should consider the junctional epithelium as an imaginary triangle, with the base of the triangle is at the coronal end and the apex is at the cemento-enamel junction. And these cells are not randomly placed and are grouped into two strata, which are the basal layer and suprabasal layer. The basal layer faces the connective tissue and suprabasal layer extends to the tooth surface. This is an important MCQ question, the length of junctional epithelium. It is around 0.25 to 1.35 mm. Junctional epithelium is actually formed by the confluence of oral epithelium and reduced enamel epithelium during tooth eruption. But it has been noted later that reduced enamel epithelium is not essential for its formation because it is completely restored after pocket instrumentation or surgery, or even it forms around an implant. Components of junctional epithelium. They are free ribosomes, membrane-bound structures like Golgi complex, phagocytic cytoplasmic vacuole, lysosome-like bodies, and they don't have keratinosomes, also known as Odland bodies. But the absence of keratinosomes, also known as Odland bodies, and histochemically demonstrable acid phosphatase, which are correlated with a low degree of differentiation, may reflect a low defense power against microbial plaque accumulation in the gingival sulcus. Also, they have polymorphonuclear neutrophil leukocytes. Junctional epithelium expresses keratin polypeptide called K19 and a stratification-specific cytokeratins called K5 and K14. Junctional epithelium lacks the expression of K6 and K16, which is usually linked to highly proliferative epithelia, although the turnover of the cells is very high. Junctional epithelium exhibits low glycolytic enzyme activity than outer epithelium, and it also lacks acid phosphatase activity. Attachments of junctional epithelium. The junctional epithelium is attached to the tooth surface by means of internal basal lamina. It is attached to the gingival connective tissue by external basal lamina. The internal basal lamina consists of lamina densa adjacent to the enamel and lamina lucida to which the hemidesmosomes are attached. But recent data shows that hemidesmosomes are up to something. They act as specific sites of signal transduction, and they may also participate in regulation of gene expression, cell proliferation, and cell differentiation. Zones of junctional epithelium. There are 3 zones of junctional epithelium, such as apical zone, middle zone, and coronal zone. The apical zone shows cell with germinative characteristics. The middle zone is of major adhesiveness, and the coronal zone is one of greater permeability. Yet another important Viva question here to be noted is dentogingival unit. The attachment of junctional epithelium to the tooth is reinforced by gingival fibers, which brace the marginal gingiva against the tooth surface. For this reason, junctional epithelium and the gingival fibers are considered together as a functional unit referred to as dentogingival unit. In simpler terms, junctional epithelium and gingival fibers together makes the dentogingival unit. The second type of epithelium is oral or outer epithelium. It covers the crest and outer surface of the marginal gingiva and surface of the attached gingiva. It is approximately 0.2 to 0.3 mm thick, and it is mostly parakeratinized in nature. The third type of epithelium is sulcular epithelium. Sulcular epithelium lines the gingival sulcus. It is thin, non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium without red apex. The cytokeratins that they have are K4 and K13, and they also express K19. It acts as semi-permeable membrane through which injurious bacterial products pass into the gingiva and through which tissue fluid from the gingiva seeps into the sulcus. And that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you guys found it helpful. Do like this video and subscribe to Medinare for more. Thanks for watching.